It has been said that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with that first step. No matter how large something becomes, no matter how great, everything has a beginning. It's gone now, but in the 1950s there was a drugstore here at the corner of Seminary Street and Florence Boulevard in downtown Florence. The upstairs had been a podiatrist's office, but he had relocated and the second floor was sitting empty. So some young guys who had big dreams of getting in the music business started hanging around up there. They wrote some songs and hung some old burlap bags and egg cartons on the wall to help the acoustics of the place. Real cutting-edge stuff. They cut some demo records and took them to Nashville, and they had some success pushing their waxy wares. Now eventually, three of them, Billy Sherrill, Tom Stafford, and Rick Hall, formed a partnership and established a company they called Florence, Alabama Music Enterprises. Fame. Now, it wasn't long before the partnership broke up and the young men went their separate ways. Rick Hall moved across the river and opened a recording studio in an old tobacco warehouse on Wilson Dam Road in Muscle Shoals. There is a song entitled "Stars Fell on Alabama." Well, for Rick Hall, it wasn't long before those stars began to perfectly align themselves. In 1961, a man named Arthur Alexander stood in that old warehouse and recorded a song called "You Better Move On." By March of the following year, that song was #1 on the charts. With the money that Rick Hall made off of that record, he bought some land and built a state-of-the-art recording studio at 603 Avalon Avenue in Muscle Shoals, and he called it Fame. By 1963, the word was spreading as more and more artists were coming to work with Rick Hall. And, as they say in radio, the hits just kept on coming. The list of names that have recorded at Fame reads like an international who's who of the music industry. Names like Etta James, Tommy Rowe, the Tams, Wilson Pickett, Tom Jones, Rod Stewart, Paul Anka, Andy Williams, Mac Davis, Otis Redding, Clarence Carter, the Osmond Brothers, Donny Osmond, Marie Osmond, the Gatlin Brothers Band, Shenandoah, and the Queen of Soul herself, Aretha Franklin. Just to name a few. Interestingly enough, Aretha Franklin had been under contract with RCA Records for 4 years, and nothing had happened. Nothing. Until she came to Fame. Literally. Now, the Fame Publishing Company has had songs cut by Tina Turner, Elton John, Sarah Evans, Tim McGraw, the Dixie Chicks, B.B. King, Leanne Rimes, and the Beatles, just to name a few. In 1971, Billboard magazine named Rick Hall the world's record producer of the year. In the last 50 years, Fame has been involved in recording or publishing records that have sold more than 350 million copies worldwide. Because of his tremendous and lasting contribution, in 2011, the American Association of Music awarded Rick Hall its Executive Lifetime Achievement Award. The next time you're driving through Muscle Shoals, when you get to the corner of Woodward and Avalon, remember, this is why Muscle Shoals is called the hit recording capital of the world. You know, what I said earlier really is true. No matter how large something becomes, no matter how great, everything has a beginning. Isn't it amazing what can be accomplished with just some old burlap bags and a few egg cartons? So, the next time you find yourself driving through downtown Florence, when you get to the corner of Tennessee and Seminary, pull over. Take a minute. Read the sign. I'll see you next time, somewhere in the Shoals.